Bad luck with relationships. The last time a man touched me was when he slipped through the turnstile in the subway with me, and it wasn't romantic at all.
This is when you don't have something. You try to convince everyone that you don't need it. Well, for example, like people with Android.
Recently I wanted to buy a blanket for my grandmother. I call and ask, when is your length and width? She says, are you crazy? I have a good horoscope. Don't think.
Why do people close the window shade on an airplane? Are you afraid that birds are watching you? Very strange. Choose a window seat and close the window.
My husband goes to the toilet with his phone all the time. It seems to me that he has an application there to start the reset process. And then another application says, do not get up quickly, get used to the fact that there is emptiness inside.
They call from the school and ask, why is your son so bad at studying? Why don't you deal with him? But you are a school. This is a question for you. What are you doing with my son at all? Why is he so bad at studying?
Before the plane landed, the flight attendant came up to me and asked, can I take your blanket from you? I replied, try it. She began to pull the blanket. I held it. She says, I can't take your blanket away from you. Well, here is the answer to your question. The main role of the little toe is to make sure that all the furniture in the house is in place.
At 6 a.m., some people turned on peppy music under the balcony and started doing exercises. I dropped them dumbbells.
The main problem of my life is that I really dislike work, but at the same time I really like the salary.
Went out of my comfort zone. But then he went back to the heater. I felt good all week, temperature under 40, snot, weakness, cough, lying in bed, drinking tea with honey, watching TV shows. And today it suddenly got worse, the temperature subsided, the nose began to breathe, it was necessary to wash the dishes and get ready for work.
Got the house in order. Previously, everything was lying in its place, but now it is neatly folded, it is not known where.
My wife doesn't know what no money is. Probably if the store tells her, there are not enough funds on the card. She will run home joyfully and say, I passed this card. Let's get a new one. My firefighter friend saved his future wife from a fire. Now, when she tells this story, she always says, this is how I made him a hero. And he imagines it in reverse, how he brings it into the fire and leaves with the boys in a car with a flashing light back to a bachelor life.
Lend me money.
How much money do you need?
How much is not a pity?
And why do you need 5 cents?
Download weak viruses to your computer to help it develop immunity.
Do you know that there is now scented toilet paper? For example, I don't want my butt to smell like peaches, because I have no friends who can appreciate it, and I don't want them to appear.
Parents say, the boys will come to you, but your room is dirty. When did the boys get scared by an untidy room? And how will they come if you are at home all the time? You would leave for a week, everything would be tidied up here.
I have a friend who irons linens. She says it's better to sleep like that. Of course, it's because you're tired while ironing.
All doctors recommend the same thing, to be examined until complete financial exhaustion. Then the treatment to drive yourself into debt. Then recover and work out.
When babies are born, your personal space shrinks to the size of a closet.
I decided to go in for sports, went to training, my knee ached, went to the doctor. The doctor says, you need to play sports so that your knees do not hurt. I answer, how they didn't get sick until I started playing sports.
It used to be that a woman had only to give birth to children, clean the apartment, and cook food. But now it's the 21st century, and now she has to work.
An experienced husband never asks his wife why she was offended, but apologizes immediately.
The husband says that his favorite actress has grown old, and now he does not like her. And that's what he says to me. The person with whom the same thing will happen. And I doubt that at 53 I will look as good as an actress.
Why is the dentist's office for kids so cool? If you want children to brush their teeth and watch them, so in the dentist's office the exit should not be where the entrance is, so that the children who are sitting in the corridor see how other children come in, yell and do not come out. Girls do not know the word expensive, they call it romantic. But my bank account is not romantic at all.
As a child, parents forbid putting their fingers in the socket. Strange, but they don't fit in there.
As a child, my parents scared me with an untidy apartment. Here the guests will come, but we are not tidied up. I don't understand why you called them